Hi, welcome to episode 5 of season 3 of Journey to Becoming a Less Weak 40-year-old, or as I positively tried to call it, trying to get a double body weight back squat in my 40s. So I should have recorded an episode last week, and this is a kind of bit of a strapline for me now, a bit of a tagline that I always say, been an up and down week. Things got in the way last week, so kind of talk about how we started in a second, but kind of Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, had a back spasm. That took about 2 days. It wasn't like horrific, but it kind of did knock me out of training for the whole week. Basically, back spasm was like there, spasming for 2 days, sore for another couple of days after that. So I was just a bit combined with that and work stuff. I was just a little bit kind of behind the eight ball and couldn't really get going last week. So thankfully that has kind of passed and moved on a bit now. So I can get back into talking about training a bit more. But yeah, that was really frustrating that these things happen out of nowhere. Just like a middle of the night, literally middle of the night. I thought a sniper had got me. Back was just kind of pulsated, back in spasm, and I just need to settle down. If it had been kind of up and about and it's spasm, I think it might have been okay, but because I was laid down in bed. I say those people who've had back spasms know that movement's the key. But that was last week, and now this is this week. So some velocity data about squatting. So I think the last time I posted, there was a few people like kind of reached out saying, I think you might have kind of hit a bit of a brick wall with this 1x20, and you need to move on and do something different. And a lot of me saying that I agree with that. And the rate of progress, the amount of kind of hard works had to go in to get progression at this particular set of variables is probably been more than it's been worth. But part of this was always pushing myself to kick myself out of some old training habits, not in the gym per se, but it's actually in terms of finding reasons why I shouldn't do something, finding reasons why I should move on and do something different rather than kind of knuckling down, persevering, getting the grind and getting through it. So this was like a psychological battle rather than a physical thing. I don't think it'll do me any harm. I just don't think it's the most efficient way of going about it at this point in time. I do think that I've run my course with the 1x20, but I'm having this particular goal. So the challenge I set myself was to be able to squat at a velocity of 0.6 meters per second as an average for 20 repetitions at 100 kilos. That's kind of the line in the sand, the threshold, the marker by which I can move on and do something different. And since I started this particular year, this season, if you're American, it's just been up and down, up and down, up and down. Got a little bit faster, got a little bit slower, got a little bit faster, then a little bit slower. Never any consistent pattern. It was always, in fact, the consistent pattern was it got better, got worse, got better, got worse. But there is a light, I think, at the end of the tunnel. So you can see there to the kind of the left hand side 2/3 very very up and down. You can see here up down up down up down up down, and then hit a bit of a 0.49 lull. That was mid May. Then since then, 3 consecutive increases in velocity. So from 0.49, 0.54, 0.58, 0.59. So consistently over the past, say, 10 days, 2 weeks, gotten better. Now, there's a bit of a gap between the 0.58 and the 0.59. They're 2 Monday sessions. So as I say, I lost Wednesday and Friday of last week to those back spasms. And that was really quite positive for me, simply because I thought I might have regressed. I was like, okay, I know this up and down period, I've never had any consistent progression over the last kind of couple of months. So having a week off with a back spasm, I thought, well, this is not going to maintain that progress. But it has. Would I have gotten better? Would I have gotten more fatigue? I don't know if they've been doing those 2 sessions, but so 0.54, 0.58, 0.59. So that's 3 consecutive sessions where I've gotten better, which is, as you can see from that kind of graph there, that hasn't really happened since April. Well, since we went into April, yeah. So I'm hopeful that at some point this week, if I maintain a good training week, that I'll hit those numbers. 0.6, I can move on. I hope it takes me to the end of the week because I haven't really planned out what the next phase of training would look like. But I'm like not 0.01 meters per second from getting there. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes, but I might be there. So that's really kind of quite positive news. I can move on. I'll then retest on the load velocity test. See if that's had any bearing on my predicted 1RM. And I hope it has, but we'll see. And we'll take it from there. I think in the traditional, yes, it's 1 by 20. You went to 14s, then to 10s. I think I'm ready to let yeses go. I think I'm ready to move on. I think I'm going to go back to our first starter, which is the DeLorme-Watkins system, which is the 3 sets of 10. But not many people go back in time and kind of work out what that 3 set of 10 really looked like. So it's not 3 sets of 10 at your 10 RM. It's just 1 set of 10 at your 10 RM. But you do 1 set at 50%, one set at 75%, and 1 set at 100% of your 10 RM. And when I first started, I did okay with that. So I might give that a go for a few weeks and then and see how that flies. See if I can get numbers, but I'm still going to have the same approach, I think. So I have a target velocity in mind to go with that 10 RM. Probably drop it a little bit from where I am now, probably maybe at 0.55. When I get above 0.55, that's when I can increase the load. And see how that pans out. So less exercises, more sets. Might be a bit more efficient in the gym rather than to change exercise every 30 seconds. I'll see how that pans out. So that's kind of where I am. Yeah, potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, on the up. Hopefully no more spasms will come my way.